KTLV Midwest City, Oklahoma City.
The following is a paid program. The views and opinions expressed or products endorsed are not necessarily those of KTLV, its staff, or management.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and a good morning to you wherever you are. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and today's show is being brought to you by Gates Barbershop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Yes, this is it. The clock on the wall says it's time for the Clara Luper Radio Show. And speaking about time, last night the Amigos Club elected its officers. It was a heated election. But the winners I will announce later. The winners of the Amigos Club's election. And I know that Dole and some of the other potential presidential candidates wish they had been in the position of the newly elected president of the Amigos Club. This is an exciting day for me. In fact, I love November. November is a time that people can say thank you. And I would like to take advantage of this moment in saying thank you to all of you for visiting with Clara Luper. To visit with Clara Luper means that you are visiting with yourself because you are part of the Clara Luper radio show. Today's show is going to be dedicated to the Honorable Stephen Billingsley. It came airmail special from Virginia Union University. It states, on the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in them, the trustees of the university have conferred on Stephen Billingsley the degree of Master of Divinity, School of Theology, and have granted this diploma. In evidence thereof, given in the city of Richmond in the state of Virginia in the United States of America. This is to Stephen Billingsley, who now lives in Michigan. But Stephen, wherever you are, this is your program. We are proud of you. We knew you in elementary school, high school at John Marshall, and on to the university. And now you have a Master of Divinity. Thank you so very, very kindly. How would you feel if one of your distinguished leaders would send you a certified letter saying, look at this. Look at my Master of Divinity, School of Theology degree. Congratulations, Stephen. And Stephen will be in Oklahoma City. I think after December the 2nd, he will be here on his vacation, and you will have an opportunity to talk to him personally. Well, today, this month, in November and December, I will give away 40 gallons of chitlins, 9 haircuts, 9 dinners from Stale, 9 dinners from Leo's, 9 dinners from Leo and Son Barbecue and Catering. Just think about the opportunities you will have to be part of the Clara Luper radio show. This has certainly been a busy week with us. It's been a busy week at Freedom Center, and I would like to point out that we've had a large number of visitors, and we are very grateful. We are grateful to the students from the Sequoia School out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Thank you, Tracy, and your entire group and the parent that came with you. Those students came here looking for information about multicultural history, and thank God we have that history. We would like to thank a representative from Job Corps. We would like to thank a representative from Middale School, or we could go on down the line. And if you aren't arranging to have your students to come to Freedom Center to visit the Black History Wall, the Black History Monument, Cheryl Fowler's monument, and the monument to the 169 victims of that April 19th bombing. Your children are going to be behind. How can you catch up when people are coming there looking for information? Yes, it was a quiet day in Oklahoma City. It was quiet on Wednesday, November the 8th, 1995, when friends and relatives of Mrs. Laureen E. Carbon gathered at the Tabernacle Baptist Church. Many of you from Summit, Oklahoma knew Mrs. Carbon. Many of you from Muskogee, Oklahoma knew her. She was a graduate of Manual Training High School in Muskogee. But on November 20th, 1949, she was married to Carl B. Carbon. And they moved to Oklahoma City. And she united with the Tabernacle Baptist Church, where she was very active. She was a member of Mission Circle number 17, secretary of the Senior Citizens of Tabernacle, member of the Deaconesses Board, member of the Hostess Committee, participated in the choir, a member of Leader Chapter number 41, Order of the Eastern Star, a businesswoman, employed at Western Electric Company for 4 years, gave it all up to serve as a telephone secretary for her husband, the owner of Carbon Realty Company. Yes, it was a quiet service. The minister spoke for 4.5 minutes, and he spoke in a way that it enriched our heart. His words will never be forgotten, because he said that Mrs. Carbon loved her God, loved her husband and her family. And he told us how she was able to get a distinguished young man. And she told him that it was with a smile. And certainly she had smiles for everyone. But Reverend Meshack said she had gone to a new land, to the eternal home. Yes, the family of Mrs. Laureen Carbon would like to express its sincere gratitude for the many acts of kindness that was shown toward this family during the time of bereavement. This is from her husband, Carl B. Carbon, her son, Carl B. Carbon Jr., her daughter, Linda L. Carbon Portwood. Yes, so quietly she lived. So quietly she died. But she will always remain in the hearts of those of us that even met her and was able to benefit by her smiles. She loved Freedom Center with its monument, with its wall. She would bring her granddaughter to Freedom Center, whether we are talking about an NACP Youth Council meeting or practice for the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant. She was always there with a smile. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This is the Clara Luper radio show. My telephone out here is 672-1220. And those of you that's acquainted with your black history or American history, because as I told a group of white students, that black history is white history and white history is black history. You cannot separate history. You cannot do it. Because talk about George Washington, you've got to talk about those black slaves that prepared the ground for tobacco. You're going to have to talk about those slaves that cooked, because you know Martha could not cook. So you've got to know something about all of them. But today I'm going to ask you some questions. Now remember, after this show is over, at 11 o'clock, send someone up to Freedom Center, 2609 North Martin Luther King Avenue, and pick up your letter. Now, that's the only place you can pick it up. Jacqueline Carmichael won last week, and Jacqueline, be sure and come by and pick up your gift. Let's see, Ann Rockwell. I want to check to make sure you have yours. If you don't have it, do like Big Daddy. And Big Daddy knows how to do one thing well, and that is to use the telephone to remind you that he won some chitlins. And I hope somebody's cooking those chitlins for him today. My first question today has to do with that black man who sued the state of Oklahoma and was able to have identifications such as race removed from voting ballots. It used to be when you were black and you ran for an office, they would write behind your name, John Doe, black, or Negro, or colored. But we had a black man that went to court, and he is on the south wall of the Black History Wall. Call me at 672-1220. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and today's show is being made possible by your Allstate insurance agent, Merlin Hildred. If it's insurance you need, it doesn't make any difference what kind, be sure and call Merlin Hildred. Telephone number at our office is 843-0811. Now you tell Merlin what you need. And don't be like a man I met who went to the Million Man's March, and he was bragging, oh, I love Farrakhan. I said, okay, Farrakhan says that unless black people and white people support black business, and he made an appeal, and I asked that man, who is your insurance agent? And he didn't even know. He didn't even know the name of his insurance agent. And I said, what you need to do if you don't know the name of your insurance agent, you need to get you an insurance agent whose name you will know. You need to have an insurance agent that goes to church with you, that you could invite in your home. And how many times, and I'm asking you out there, how many times have you had the opportunity to sit down and talk with your insurance agent? Did you see your insurance agent at church? Did you see your insurance agent working with the Urban League, the NACP, and other organizations to make it better for you? Did you see that? If you didn't see that, you need to get you a different insurance agent altogether. And that's what you need to do. The telephones are ringing out here, and I would like to tell you that the Amigos Club, one of the oldest clubs in Oklahoma City, elected officers last night. Lady Ruth Hunter was elected as president, and I should say re-elected. She had served so well that when the voting started, she got all the votes. Nancy Davis was elected as vice president, and Dorothy McLaughlin as secretary. Johnny Jones was elected as treasurer. Yes, that was the big election. Johnny Jones is now the treasurer of the Amigos Club. Yes, we receive. Is this a correct answer, Calvin? Who's on the line?
I get her name.
Okay, get her name because we have a correct answer. And the first gallon of chitlins, that's a 10, it's a whole gallon of chitlins will go to the one that answered that first question. And I would like to compliment you. Many of you have been coming up to Freedom Center. Many of you have been down to Ralph Ellison's library and the library in your schools checking out books, and I love you to death. Well, Merlin Hildred, your insurance agent, says she couldn't give you no chitlins, but she wants to give you $5. But you have to go out to her office and pick up the $5. Marilyn, thank you so very, very kindly for giving $5. I think that's good. And we're going to ask some questions, and we're going to see how well you are with your history. It doesn't make any difference of your race, your nationality, your religious belief. You can read and study your history. This is the Clara Luper radio show, and today is a special show because it's dedicated to Stephen Billingsley, the son of Mr. and Mrs. James Billingsley of Oklahoma City, the grandson of Reverend R.A. Billingsley, one of the founders of the Fifth Street Baptist Church that was known as Mount Rose. And now Stephen Billingsley has the degree of Master of Divinity. That is just wonderful. Calvin, do we have our first winner today?
Yes, we do, Mama. She's on the phone ready to talk with you.
Okay, hello.
Good morning.
Well, how are you this morning?
Fine. Gladys Elliott from Spencer, Oklahoma.
From where?
Spencer.
I thought you were from Grayson, Oklahoma.
Grayson through Spencer.
Oh, okay.
And
Now,
the answer was Judge McDonald.
you are exactly right. Judge McDonald is exactly right. And I want you to stop by Freedom Center today and pick up your certificate so you can get those good old chitlins.
Thank you so much, Clara.
Bye-bye. Well, at first it's gone out. I don't have 4 more gallons to give away today, but I do have some other gifts. I have some gifts that are red hot. Okay, Calvin is all smiling.
Right, I'm all smiles. You're talking about a gallon of chitlins, Mom. It's not quite a gallon. It's
What
a,
is
it's
10
the 10-pound
a
bucket.
10-pound bucket of
Chitlins,
chitlins. Well, I
you
thought
know.
that was a
Those
gallon.
people at Hometown IGA and those of us out here, we really get excited. You're talking about a gallon of chitlins. But we
You're
want
talking
to.
about 10 pounds of chitlins.
We're talking about 10 pounds in the red bucket with those chitlins that are available there at Hometown IGA and here on the Clara Luper Radio Show. And I'm looking forward to seeing how many more we can do in the haircuts and all the other good prizes that you got going. Where to go? Those of you out there listening, tell that friend, tell that neighbor to make sure that they are a part of today's show because it will be very exciting. There are several things that we will be talking about, and I'm looking forward to what Clara Luper will be talking about this Saturday morning here in Oklahoma City.
I will be talking about Miss Black America because our representative will be leaving Oklahoma City. And do you know who Miss Black Oklahoma is? Last week I stunned everybody. That beautiful.
Brochure, Amon.
All right, we'll be representing us at Lane College
And that starts
December the 7th through the 16th.
Well, I'm going to have to make my reservations. I'm looking forward to that. I think we can come back to back with Miss Black America.
Well, that would be terrific. Well, Miss Black Oklahoma is a tradition in training and developing that special beauty from within. Applications are now being taken for contestants. We have sent out notices to all of the schools in the Oklahoma area. If you did not get one, and I had some students to come in and say, Miss Luper, we aren't getting the information, well, we're sending it to the school. Go into your principal's office and say, hey, I know that the Miss Black Oklahoma pageant material is here. It's funny how they can find the other pageant material, but can't find ours. So we send it directly to the principal and many of the counselors. Now, if you participate in the Miss Black Oklahoma contest, you're taking the first step in participating in the national contest. This pageant has been an example of pride, success, and achievement throughout the 27 years, which are deeply embedded in the history of Oklahoma. The Miss Black Oklahoma offers a platform on which contestants are able to display their beauty, charm, poise, intellect, knowledge, courage, talent, and elegance. It opens doors to each and every female who's looking for success and the opportunity to develop the necessary tools and skills that will afford them a golden opportunity to move into the mainstream of American life. It is designed for those who are deeply concerned with the social, moral, and academic standards, as well as the plight and future of young people. Yes, it is an ultimate dream. And somebody says, why have a Miss Black Oklahoma pageant? Since our girls can get in any pageant. I ask you, why not? Why don't you call the bowl people and ask them, why do you have an orange bowl every year and you already have a rose bowl? Why don't you call the Fiesta Bowl and ask them, why do you have a Fiesta Bowl when you have a Cotton Bowl? Now, don't play us cheap. Don't try to downrate us because Miss Black Oklahoma is open to young ladies of all races, creeds, and colors. It's not our fault because a white person or an Indian or what have you would not want to be Miss Black Oklahoma. Well, I want you to know we are proud of our blackness because take that piano, take the black keys off of it, and what do you have? You ask me why do we have Miss Black Oklahoma? Let me tell you, because we want to. And we live in a capitalistic society, and we live in a democracy where we are limited. Miss Black Oklahoma relates to the job market in that contestants must use time as an ongoing driving force, and that each individual is evaluated by her own accomplishments and performance. And I would like to welcome those of you that know you have young people. You know you have a sister, a cousin, a niece, a nephew, or you know someone with the, they don't have to have the talent. We can develop talent. We know how to develop talent. Now let's talk about our PAGE program. The Miss Black Oklahoma PAGE program is designed to promote positive attitudes, self-images, experiences, and to discover at an early age talent. It is open to young people from 4 years to 17 years of age. During the state pageant, the pages must stay in the hotel and must participate in a highly supervised educational and motivational program. The pages in the Oklahoma City area must participate in the Miss Black Oklahoma City pageant, which will be on March 2nd at the Clarion Hotel. The escort program is divided into the Miss Black Oklahoma escorts and the Miss Black Pages escorts. The escorts are very selective and must have high morals, character, and reputation. They are selected by the contestants and pages. Mrs. Leola Ford is the head of the PAGE program, and you may contact her by calling Freedom Center 424-2384. Mrs. Leola Ford, Mrs. Wilma Ray, Mrs. Rosetta Coleman are working with her on the Miss Black Oklahoma PAGE program. Mrs. Dean is working on the escort program, which is headed by a beautiful young lady from Lawton, Oklahoma that heads our PAGE program, Mrs. Daniel. And for Miss Black Oklahoma, see Clara Luper, Lady Ruth Hunter, or any of the staff members, Mrs. Gloria Matthews, Mrs. Lady Ruth Hunter, Mrs. Elnora Douglas, or any of the gang. That's it for Miss Black Oklahoma. You say, Clara, why don't you advertise? Why don't you buy some advertising time on television, radio, and let us advertise? We are advertising because we're telling you about it. And when we tell you about it, that's the best advertising. I like the grapevine concept where you tell it, you heard it on the grapevine. Okay, now we are ready. On the monument located at 2609 North of Martin Luther King, that you can go by and look at the monument either day or night. On that monument, you will find the names of people of all races, creeds, and colors that have made a contribution. And many of them are unknown as far as name recognition is concerned. That's why the monument is there, to say to you, look, we're progress, but this progress has been a combination of people. And today I want to ask you about a young lady who has served longer than anyone else as a secretary of the NACP, who participated in the sit-ins, whose son became one of the first firemen in Oklahoma City, who's a staunch believer in her church, in the NACP, in young people, and has invested heavily in them. She's a member of the East 6th Christian church where she has worked for years. Would you call me, tell me her number, and as Calvin has corrected me, you will have the opportunity to get some chitlins. Now, if you don't know how to cook chitlins, ask me. I'll tell you how to cook chitlins where those chitlins will be so delicious, it's unbelievable. I think everybody from Hoffman learned how to cook chitlins because we would just look at a hog and we knew that that hog had some chitlins, and we would look forward to the day that we could get those chitlins. I told you I went to Hoffman and I took a friend of mine. In fact, I took one of my sorority sisters, Miss Stevens, and she kept asking questions. Where do you all buy your groceries? Well, she didn't look out there and see those birds. Well, we were able to catch blackbirds. We were able to catch rabbits. We know the technique, and that is a technique. Do we have a winner, Calvin? Say we don't have a winner. But one thing about it, we have some fine news, and incidentally, we'll be selling catfish dinners today. And we will tell you one thing that we'll be selling catfish today. CP and Calvin will be frying that catfish, and they will start selling at 11 o'clock. And all you have to do is to go by and get it. Yes, I'm talking about the person I'm talking about. This lady has fished in the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific Ocean, or she has fished in the Gulf of Mexico, an avid fisher. Give me her name because she's on that monument. Very beautiful young lady. And I get a kick out of teaching about her because she has what it takes. She has courage. She has initiative. She has drive. And she has know-how. Quite. She doesn't like for people to talk about her, but I think that's one thing that gets on me. People don't want people to talk about it. We got to talk about our own history. You can't continue to know everybody else's history and don't know your own. I would like for you to call me at 672-1220. That's Clara Luper. I want you to call me, and we are talking about a young lady that's on the monument. Yes, you may still purchase Behold the Walls by Clara Luper. It is the best book that's been written on the civil rights period. That's some book. And we have a few copies left. And you may purchase one. You can come by Freedom Center today and look us over. Incidentally, if any of you have any pictures of anything that happened during the 60s, during 1958, will you give them to us? Make a gift to the Freedom Center. We want you to do it today because today was tomorrow and tomorrow was the future and today is the present. The present will become the past and the past will become history. And the tomorrows will become todays and the todays will become yesterdays. So it was and so it is. So we're going to have to live today. We're going to have to love today. We're going to have to work today because this is our date with destiny. This is. Calvin, what news do you have? Jack L. McGregor is on the air.
Yes. Ready to talk with you.
Jack?
Yes, Mrs. Luper. How
Hello,
are you?
Jack.
How are you?
Oh, Jack, I am fine.
Well,
I am fine. I really feel good today. I ask you a question. I talked about a lady who has served as secretary, who served as secretary of the NACP longer than anyone else, who gave to this city one of the first black firemen, whose picture's on the Black History Monument, looking good, as she always does. I told you that she was an avid fisherman, a member of the East 6 Christian Church. Now, could you give me her name?
Miss Ira Holmes.
You are exactly right, Mrs. Ira Holmes. Do you know her?
Yes, and her son is Carl Holmes.
Really?
Yes.
And you are?
Jack L. McGregor.
Jack,
Yes.
it is a privilege for me today to present to you 10 pounds of chitlins.
Thank you, and may God bless you, and thank you so much.
Oh, thank you for visiting with Clara Luper.
Where should I pick them up and when?
Okay, now what you will do now, you have to go up to Freedom Center and you will pick up a slip.
Yes.
On this slip, it will direct you to go to Hometown IGA, located at 2001 Northeast 23rd Street. You go in and you present this certificate, and they will let you go and pick up your chitlins.
Thank you so very much.
Okay.
And may God bless you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. This is the Clara Luper radio show. And I know you are ready for the next question. The next question taken from the wall of the Black History Wall and the Black History Monument. What is it all about? It's about history. No history, no future. How do you judge the past? You judge the past through your own eyes. What is history anyway? It's a story of men and women. Sometimes it's told in book form. Sometimes there's a picture on the wall. Sometimes there's a map. My next question has to do with a young lady who has always been devoted to her church and to her family. She's been extremely interested in young people, and she dreamed as a child of establishing her own daycare center. She was able to establish 2 daycare centers in Oklahoma City. And I don't care where you go, who you talk to, somebody will tell you that once my children or my grandchildren went to this nursery. But she's remembered because she gave to this nation her dreams, her aspirations. Oh, she loved Freedom Center with a passion and donated thousands of dollars to that great cause. Could you tell me who this young lady is? And she's on the Black History Monument. Proud of herself. Someone to say that she was one of the best dressed women in Oklahoma City. Could you tell me her name? And if so, I'll give you some chitlins. Calvin said 10 pounds. And when I think of 10 pounds, I don't know how many gallons, but all those chitlins, they will come to you all frozen, ready to thaw out so that you can clean them and cook them. And you can say, baby, I love you. Now, some of you lovers, if you win some chitlins, you can call your girlfriends of divinity. Calvin, here you are. Calvin, I have a winner already? Okay, now let me see. Would you state your name, please?
Camisha LaCrosse.
Camisha LaCrosse. Camisha, did you know the lady that I was talking about?
Yes, I do.
And what is her name?
Her name is Mrs. Gloria Matthews.
Mrs. Gloria Matthews. You are exactly right. Mrs. Gloria Matthews. Now today when you come up to Freedom Center, you will get your certificate and you will go get some chitlins. How old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
10 years old. Well, you know, that's really something. Not everybody listens to the Clara Luper radio show. You don't know how to cook no chitlins, do you?
No.
But what are you going to do with those chitlins?
Eat them.
Oh, you're going to eat the chitlins when you get them from the store?
No, I'm going to cook them first, clean them.
Okay, you're going to clean them?
Well, my mom is.
Oh, your mama's going to clean the chitlins, and who's going to cook them?
I will.
Oh, you're going to cook the chitlins?
Yes.
Okay, you know how to cook chitlins?
No.
Okay, how are you going to cook them and you don't know how to cook them?
My mama can teach me how.
Oh, well, that's wonderful. Well, when your mother teach you how, a lot of people out there in radio land who does not know how to cook chitlins. Calvin is laughing. I don't believe Calvin Luper knows how to cook chitlins, but I do know he knows how to fry that fish. Thank you so very kindly, Camisha LaCrosse. The telephone number out here is 672-1220. So far this morning, I've given away 10 pounds. That's 30 pounds of chitlins that I've given away this morning. I think what I'll do next, my next question, I'm going to give away a haircut. And Dwight Guy is still smiling because last week Dwight went to Gates Barbershop, located at 2609 North Martin Luther King, and it's just a beautiful barbershop because it's a historic barbershop. You can walk in that shop and you can see pictures of people from years back. You can see the future of people. And the next question that I shall ask you will be one that you can win a haircut. Not if you win and you don't need a haircut. You have a boyfriend, give him a haircut. You have your father. Let's give away a haircut. That's what we would just love to do. This is the Clara Luper Radio Show. And this show is being brought to you by Hometown IGA, who's giving away each week 5, 10 pounds, 50 pounds of chitlins each week through the Clara Luper Radio Show. You can't just run down there and say, I won the chitlins. You got to take a certified certificate. That's 2001 Northeast 23rd Street. And while you're in Hometown, I know you would like to look at the specials for today. Passion Home Care Health Center is located at 3838 Northwest 36th Street. You have tried some others, not try the best. The telephone number is 943-5779, and you want your people taken care of. Many of you do not want to go in nursing homes, and you don't have to. All you have to do is call 943-5779 and speak to Mrs. Deborah Jackson or some of the people that work there. The friendliest people, the best people. All at the Passion Home Health Care Incorporated here in Oklahoma City, 3838 Northwest 36. And I'm going to tell you about another program they have. My next question is, who was the first black to attend Oklahoma State University? My question, who was the first black to attend Oklahoma State University? I'm going to tell you, my things are lightening up. She's lined up in Oklahoma State University. Can you see this beautiful little black girl from superb Oklahoma walking into Oklahoma State University saying, I'm here? I think everybody should know that, because today we have a black court who could not have been possible if that little girl had messed up down there. And I wonder, do I have a winner? Do I have a winner? That's what I want to know. Do I have a winner? The first black to attend Oklahoma State University. The first black. Do I have a winner? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I know the winner.
Huh?
I know the winner.
Well, I want to know your name.
David Hall.
David Hall. Who was the winner?
Miss Nancy Randolph Davis.
You know Miss Nancy Davis?
Yeah, that's one of my church members.
Where's your church?
True Zion Baptist Church.
And she was the first black to attend
She was the first black.
Oklahoma State University.
That's correct.
Well, thank you so very kindly. You can come get your chitlins. Do you know how to cook chitlins?
No, I don't know how to cook chicken, but I know who can.
Who?
My mother.
Okay, then you come up there and get some chitlins, okay?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. Okay, I want to get Nancy Davis on the telephone. Hello? Could I get Nancy Davis on the telephone? This is the Clara Luper Radio Show, and this portion of our show is being brought to you by Johnson's Jardina's Daycare, located at 1643 Northeast 50th Street in Oklahoma City. The telephone number is 424-4656. The owner is Mr. Paul Matthews and Mrs. Gloria Matthews, Johnson's Jardina's, where your children can get the best, all at Johnson's Jardina's Daycare. Today we are extending holiday greetings to each one of you out in Radio Land. We would like to say that in Oklahoma City we have a beauty supply store with all kinds of hair products. J.P. Alasta, different products and real human hair. Located at 1807 Northeast 23rd Street, open each day from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Mondays through Saturdays, on Sunday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. They have a special discount for beauticians and students. Every Wednesday is discount day at Beauty Supply Store, something new in Oklahoma City at 1807 Northeast 23rd Street. Holiday greetings are extended to you from Stale's Restaurant, located at 1100 Northeast 23rd Street. Now here's some good news. Stale will prepare your Thanksgiving dinner just for you. When you go by Stale's, tell Stale that you heard it on the Clara Luper Radio Show. All you've got to do is to tell her exactly what you want for Thanksgiving. You don't have to cook it because you might mess it up. But Stale will fix it up. Stale's Restaurant here in Oklahoma City, 1100 Northeast 23rd Street. Holiday greetings are extended to you from United Drugstore, where you can do all. I mean, they'll satisfy all your needs. Have you ever been in United Drugs, Calvin?
Of course I have, Mom. I've been there not only to get a prescription filled, but I've been there to utilize the tag agency in that area. I've been there just to see the black collection of porcelain dolls that they have there, and then I've gone by there sometimes just to holler at Brother Graham and that courteous and efficient staff that he has there. And I invite all of you out there. You may not have a problem, but if you just want to go into a nice warm atmosphere and be treated well, you need to go by the United Discount grocery store, United Discount pharmacy there at 36 and Kelly Avenue. You know, Mom, also the phone has been ringing, and every time you ask a question, we get about 7 or 8 calls right quick. But then we got one call that wasn't answering the question, but was patting us all on the back for the encouragement that we've given a young lady in the past. And this young lady is Rebecca McDonald.
Oh, I want to congratulate
Right.
her.
And
She's
Rebecca's
a
grandmother
national
called.
winner.
Yeah, she's a state winner.
She's a state winner. She's going to be a national
She
winner.
will be. She will be national. But her grandmother called and was so excited, and made me overly excited too. But Rebecca and that whole family, they know how much we in the Miss Black Oklahoma.
Yes,
we
they
in
got
the
to
NACP.
start. I think she was in our first one of our pages.
She was.
And went on to the top.
Went on to the top. So she's the first black person that has won Miss Deaf Oklahoma. So we're looking forward to watching her progress, and we know she has it, and we're just looking forward to her showing her expertise across this country.
We need to know when she's going to the national.
Okay,
You
well,
can't tell the opportunities. We just want to know more.
well, her
about
grandmother's still listening, so grandmother, call back.
And
Mrs.
tell us,
McDonald,
give
call
us some
back and give
more.
me some more information. I'll make sure that we spread it. But congratulations once again to a former Miss Black Oklahoma contestant, a young lady
Oklahoma
who is
City
Miss
contestant.
Black Oklahoma City contestant, and the current Miss Deaf Oklahoma. We're proud of you, Rebecca.
I'm
Keep
proud
on up,
of her
girl.
smiles. That is really something. And being proud, certainly I'm proud of the people, the people at Leo and Sons Barbecue and Catering, located at 1414 West Britton Road. Charles H. Smith is the owner. And that's Leo and Son Barbecue and Catering, 1414 West Britton Road in Oklahoma City. Now, Leo and Son, Charles wants you to taste his barbecue. Now, you know we got 2 Leos in Oklahoma City. We have Leo's Barbecue on Northeast 36, and then we have Leo and Son Barbecue, 1414 West Britton Road. And what I would like for you to do, if you can answer this question, I will give you a barbecue dinner. All right. This young man was known well in the radio and the TV market. He would always say something special as he went off the air. And what was it that this young man would always say, Calvin? He's on the monument.
Yes, this young man would always have a statement like, "Put the candle in the window, Mama. I'm on my way home."
Put the candle in the window, Mama.
Put the candle in the window. And his birthday was in
February the
February 10th. And I know that all of us who've been listening to a radio here in Oklahoma for the last 20, 25 years, that we know who this is. But his picture's there on the monument at Freedom Center, because that's where a lot of his heart, a lot of his time, and a whole bunch of his effort and money was concentrated.
Right.
So I'm looking forward to finding out who will be the winner on that. But on line 1, Mom, we have another person that wants to talk with us, wants to talk with you. But the question again is, what is the young man's name whose picture's on the monument there at Freedom Center, who would close out his most popular radio show with "Put the candle in the window, Mama, I'm on my way home"?
Put the candle in the window, Mama. I'm on my way home. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Miss Luper. I have a special announcement that I would like to make.
Well, you can certainly make it. Did you know somebody knew that you were the first black student to attend Oklahoma State University?
Oh, and the answer was?
Nancy Davis, and you're on the line. Okay, make your announcement.
Well, thank you. Well, my special announcement, Mrs. Luper, is concerning the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I would like for the radio audience to know that the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority incorporates of the Beta Sigma Omega chapter will present their 13th annual pre-winter concert and art exhibit November the 12th. That's tomorrow at 4 o'clock. This will be given at the Claflin School of Advanced Studies at 1901 North Ellison in Oklahoma City. And I would like for the audience to be sure to come out to see these youth. We are featuring youth of the Oklahoma City and metropolitan area and our former participants, Mrs. Gail Miles Scott and Mrs. Donna Jones. You can't miss it because you'll see plenty African dancing, orations, dramatic reading, and singing. It is a very good program. Be sure to come out, everybody. It's free of charge.
Well, thank you for that announcement. I understand that you are part of that big catfish dinner today. Is that true?
Yes, and I'm bringing that good old pineapple cake up there today about 12:30.
Well, no, bring it before 12:30 because the people will be up there at 11.
Well, I will try, but I have to see about the business. And I
Excuse
don't
me.
think I can make it before 12:30, Miss Luper.
Make it anyway. I'll send the cake even if you don't make it.
Okay,
Thank you,
I'll
Nancy.
try to send it.
This
Thank
is the
you.
Clara Luper Radio Show, and remember that we will start selling catfish at exactly 11 o'clock. Are you pleased with what we have done with your money at Freedom Center? Are you pleased with the beautiful flowers? Are you pleased? We need your brains now, and we would like to tell you we need your help. And I'm going to holler real loud, help, 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 because they'll come up to Freedom Center and do like some of the other people come up and say, oh, you need this. You're right. We need some pots and pans. We need a stove. We need things. And you are so committed. And those million of men that marched in Washington and Farrakhan told you to come back to your community and do something. Just think, you can do something at Freedom Center. Come on up today. You can take out your NACP membership. You can go to Urban League. Oh, you have a lot of things to do. But speaking of things to do, the people at Roth Funeral Home would like to extend holiday greetings to you wherever you are. Henry Roth Jr. said that you have been a friend of their family for years, and they really appreciate it. Calvin, do we have another winner?
Yes, we do, Mom. And they're on the line waiting to talk with you now and tell
Okay.
you who the person is that we were talking about.
Hello?
Hello,
And who am I speaking to?
Armida Lemon.
Who?
Armida?
Armida?
Yes,
Are you one of those lemon girls?
yes.
Okay, Armida Lemons, I ask a question. Put the candle in the window, Mom. I'm coming home.
Mhm.
Who was that?
Ben Tipton.
You are exactly right. Ben Tipton. How well did you know Ben?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Real good. I'm a old lemon.
You're an old lemon.
Yeah, so I was up there with him.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Well, one thing I can say about you, you're a beautiful lemon.
I thank you.
Thank you so very kindly, and you will have to go up to Freedom Center today and get your... what did I tell you I was going to give you?
A barbecue dinner.
A barbecue dinner.
Yes.
And this barbecue dinner will be from Leo's and Son Barbecue and Catering, located at 1414 West of Britton Road.
Okay.
Thank you so much for listening to the Clara Luper Radio Show.
Okay, thank you.
Holiday greetings are extended to you from Temple's Funeral Home here in Oklahoma City. You have been one of the great supporters of John and his family for years. And Temple's Funeral Home would like to extend to each one of you holiday greetings. Petite Salon and Petite Beauty Shop is located at 1917 Northeast 14th Street. And you can call 427-7922 and get you an appointment. And when you go by there, I want you to go in and look at those clothes. It's no secret Marie Weekly has clothes that you can't find anywhere. I want you to go right there, and I want you to look. I want you to take a good look. We are very happy that Mr. Powell, the general, did not decide to run at this particular time. But we were so proud of his dignity. We were so proud. We have 5 prizes to go, and the next one will be for that haircut, Calvin. Oh, my gracious.
Oh, my goodness, for the haircut. But, before you ask that question, Mrs. McDonald called back, Rebecca's mother, not her grandmother, Mrs. Minnie McDonald called back, and Rebecca will be going to Portland, Oregon, where she'll be representing the deaf community of Oklahoma. Also, there'll be several events coming up where she'll be representing Miss Deaf, the deaf community of Oklahoma, but really all of us of Oklahoma is what I know will be really happening because Rebecca's that type of person. But she will be letting us know here on the Clara Luper Radio Show what Rebecca has up, when she has it up, and how we can best help do whatever Rebecca needs to be done to encourage her to go on and to win the title of Miss America, Miss Deaf America.
That's just one.
That's just one.
Some people got handicaps, and they call it handicaps, but things are an advantage.
But that personality of Rebecca, I look forward to. I just know
But she's pretty.
she's pretty, and she has a
Inside and
personality
out.
that just makes all of us that have had an opportunity to meet her know how beautiful a person she really is. But then we know in Portland, Oregon, in July she will be representing our great state. We know that will be happening. Other events will be coming up, and we'll find out, and we will let you know out there how we can help Rebecca McDonald. We got our Miss Black, boy.
It's really wonderful. You work with so many people. For example, I'm going to Texas after the broadcast and after I eat some catfish, and I'll be there for the weekend. But then I'm going to Las Vegas to see one of the Miss Black Oklahoma contestants get married.
Well, I will be looking at TV tomorrow, seeing the Dallas and the San Francisco 49er game, and I'll be looking for you there at the stands.
No, I'm not going to the game.
Oh,
my
Mom,
daughter's
okay.
already told me, and that's not my business.
That's not your
Shelley's
business.
going
then.
to the game, and she's real happy about it.
All right, let's ask the question. We have a few minutes here.
Okay, we're going to ask a question. In what year did the first blacks come to America? There were 20 of them. What was the year? I want the exact year. That's
the
first
exact year,
question. Yes,
and
did
this
you
is
get
for the
that?
haircut.
This is for the haircut.
And where does haircut be coming from now?
Gates Barbershop
All right.
in Oklahoma
And where is that
City.
located?
2609 North
Okay.
Martin Luther King Avenue. Now, don't go over to Gates and say you want that barbershop, No, don't. No, you go over there, and you have to go over to Freedom Center first and get your certificate, and Calvin is in charge of that. Holiday greetings is now extended to you from Lamar's Beauty Salon and Beauty Supply Company, located at 1732 Northeast 23rd Street, 424-3649 or 427-6571. Holiday greetings from Crawley's Bunding Company, located on Northeast 63rd Street, where if you happen to get in jail, you want to get out, you can call Crawley's Bunding Company. Well, I'm giving away. I'm really proud. I have 5 prizes to go in about 9 minutes, and we're going to use every minute of this time. We are going to use it. Calvin, do we have a winner? Okay. Would you state your name, please?
Burley and Nero.
Burley and Nero, do you know what year the first blacks came to America?
Yes, I do, Mrs. Luper.
What was the year?
1619.
1619. You're exactly right. And you can get you a haircut.
Thank you very much.
I know you need it. You go over to Gates. Don't go over there. You got to go to Freedom Center
I'll be
first.
there this morning.
Burley and Nero just retired out of the Oklahoma National Guard, and we congratulate him. Speaking of news, we would like to ask you, who was the President of the United States that issued the Emancipation Proclamation? Who was the President of the United States that issued the Emancipation Proclamation on January the 1st, 1863? The telephone number is 672-1220. Somebody call and say, well, Miss Luper, if I won one prize, can I win again? Sure, you can win because you're just that smart. And it's nothing like being around smart people. I'm so glad I was around Miss Black OU, Joy Matlin, who's getting married in Las Vegas and who is an assistant attorney general in New York. She went on. She didn't stop and get involved in a lot of mess, but she went on to the top, and she's getting married at the MGM Grand Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I will be there. Yes, C.P. Wilson is frying that catfish today. And let's talk about the Petite Salon, located at 1917 Northeast 14th Street here in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Clara Luper giving away the next week's 40 times 10, that's 400 pounds of chitlins, 9 haircuts, 9 dinners from Stales, 9 dinners from Leo's. Yes, Calvin is all excited. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, the answer to your question was Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. And what is your name?
My name is Thais Ray.
Thais Ray. You are exactly right. What did I tell you going to win, Thais Ray?
You didn't say.
And you just took a chance.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to give you?
What?
I'm going to give you some chitlins.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. Thais Ray. Thais Ray must be about, she sounds like a ninth grader. And she needs some chitlins. Now, some of these young people don't know what's good. Chitlins. This is a Clara Luper radio show. And Calvin, how many more do I have?
You need 3.
I need 3 more. Okay, I want to give away 3 more. Let me ask you this. Who was the first president of the United States that said that segregation was morally wrong? Who was the first president of the United States that said that segregation was morally wrong? That's the first question. Okay. I want you to, we are real excited. We like to get you up to Freedom Center because you can see. No, we can see. Okay. The telephone is ringing and we are going to answer it. And we are real happy because how many intelligent people? You know, I really feel good about that monument because if people come up there and study that monument and know their history, nobody can get them involved in crime, drugs, and all that kind of mess because they will see people that are doing things. Do I have a winner on the line? Do I have a winner? Do I have a winner? And I don't know what I would do without Calvin Luper because he always keeps me in shape. If you have been a page, you got to sign up again or else somebody going to take your space and go on with it. Coco said nobody's going to take hers. If you're talking about soul food, you're talking about Stale's Restaurant, and that's located 1100 Northeast 23rd Street, and that's where the people meet to talk. The telephone is ringing. But that was a celebration of the life and homegoing of Harvey Lee Gordon Sr., known as Tate. It was held yesterday at the Mount Carmel Baptist Church, located at 3721 Staten Drive. Mr. Gordon, born in Ada, Oklahoma, moved to Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he attended Carver Elementary School, where he attended and graduated from Booker T. Washington High School, where he was a star football player. After graduation, he attended Langston University on a football scholarship. While attending Langston University, he met his former wife, his future wife, Agnes E. Pittman. They were married in 1941, and to this union there were 4 children, Patricia, Beverly, Harvey Lee, and Micah. Mr. Gordon had 10 grandchildren and 16 great-grandchildren. Served in the United States Navy, working for the Santa Fe Railroad Company, worked for 20 years at Tinker Air Force Base. Died in Dallas, Texas. Came home to Oklahoma City. It was a ceremony that we will never forget. The melodious voice of a Maryland fame, Sheila Fugit, and of a message by Reverend Lee E. Cooper. But today, the Gordon family would like to acknowledge all expressions of sympathy, the cards, the food, the visits, the flowers, and the prayers. In times like these, they say it's good to be blessed with family and friends. A special thanks to Reverend Cooper, to Reverend Free, other ministers, and to the Prospective Baptist Church family and the Mount Carmel Baptist Church family. A special thanks for the ministers that came from Dallas, Texas, from the Gordon family. Calvin, how much further do we have? Let's see. How much further do we have?
Well, Mom, we have 2 minutes. We have 2 prizes left. And I want to thank the Reverend Richard Lasky for calling and for coming with
Reverend Lasky answered
Reverend
the question,
Lasky called, and he had the correct answer.
and that person was.
That was Kennedy, wasn't it?
Right,
That was
you're
John F.
exactly right,
Kennedy.
John F. Kennedy.
Okay, but then he wants to know what his prize is.
Well, what Reverend Lasky needs some chitlins. Because
Okay,
he
well,
got
Reverend
to preach
Laskin,
tomorrow.
there it is.
Reverend
You have
Lasky
chitlins.
needs some
Okay.
chitlins.
We
Where
have
are
time-
we, Calvin, now?
We have time for maybe one more question. That'll leave us
How
one
many
short.
we need to give away that $5. We need to give away that dinner from Stales.
Okay.
And certainly I want to give away a catfish dinner. So let me ask you to name at least 3 of the original sit-inners whose pictures are on the monument. Name 3 of the original sit-inners whose pictures are on the monument.
So we'll have 3 winners on that?
No, just one winner on that. And the next one is a former pastor of Tabernacle Baptist Church, one of the greatest leaders in the United States, the first black to preach at a Southern Baptist Convention, is on that monument. Okay. Now, the third question that I would like for you to answer for me, who was a president of the United States that signed the 1964 and the 1965 Civil Rights Bill? Yes, you are right. I want you to know your history. And I want you to know that Dr. A.L. Dow is a top optometrist. The telephone number is 2350536. Give me a free hand located at 3838 Northwest 36th Street. The telephone number is 946-8928. You don't have to worry. You don't have to go around by yourself crying. All you have to do is call 946-8928. Deborah Jackson is a part of this community, working for the benefit of the community, employing people, giving people an opportunity. So call 946-8928. Passion Home Health Care, located at 943-5779. Well, it's Zeta Phi Beta Chi Zeta's meeting time in Oklahoma City. The Chi Zetas will be meeting at the McFarland branch of YWCA. The Miss Merry Christmas pageant will be held on December the 3rd, and we will be telling you more about it. This is Clara Luper, and as I look at the clock, I know it's time for me to say goodbye, and I really hate to say goodbye to you because this evening I will be in Texas, and next week I'll be in Las Vegas. But in the meantime, let me tell you something that nobody else has told you recently, and that is that I love you. Bye-bye.